See if we get better intranet, Mama. Let's see. Do, do, do. Did you, are you in Diakonos and refreshed? And live with 3 viewers.
Hi guys, thanks for being here. We've got a new internet installed today, and I'm trying to get my computer working. It looks like the phone's working. If someone can say something that's helpful it looks like we just see 3 people online. So I'm going to be working on getting my computer connected though. So thanks for your patience.
Welcome everybody. A few more minutes before we get started.
Okay, looks like I am up. I'm curious how fast it is though. So Eddie, can you just set something on in the view so I can see how? Tell me when you do it, and then I can. See
all right, I've got my hand.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything.
Welcome, Sarah. We got your strands set aside, so be sure not to bid on those when the time comes. Always great chatting with you yesterday. Welcome, Pat from northern Wisconsin. Jen is, I think, down in Janesville, maybe. Welcome, Jen. Can't remember if you've bid before. If this is your first time, just remember to send us your email at the end to Becky at Diakonos Designs, as it mentions here. Welcome, Diane. This is 9. Get started in a minute or 2. Actually, we got 10 people, so we can get started.
Yeah, and I'm good.
And you're seeing it good there too?
I'm excited.
Well, we are coming to you live from historic downtown Stoughton. It's the Ed and Becky Show. My name is Ed. Say hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
Becky says hi. So we have part 2 of a 3-part show. Where we have lovely, just a tiny selection of the lovely strands we brought back from Tucson. To see them all, you really have to come to the studio in Stoughton. But we know we all can't do that, so that's why we have these shows. And we're so grateful you joined us tonight. How we've got, ended up being 34 lots of strands and 6 lots of beading, or gemstone chain. And we saved the gemstone chain for the end. We, again, like last week's show, a huge variety of different species of stones and shells, many things that we haven't tried before in all the years we've been going to Tucson. Welcome, LKW from Iowa. Good to see you. Anyway, so how this works is we put things in front of the camera, just like, actually I got to put them in front of the camera. We put things in front of the camera, and then you say, and then if you like what you see, you say sold lot number 1. And we always assume the quantity is 1. If you do, for whatever reason, want more than 1 strand, just let us know quantity 2, quantity 3, etc. If you've shopped before, we know how to reach you. But again, if this is your first time, you just need to email us, Becky at Diakonos Design. And here's why. We send you a emailed invoice at the end of the show. It's secure, click and pay through Square. And with all your purchases. And you click on it, you pay it. And it captures your shipping address. And it comes back to us. And we ship it right back to you. And it's just that easy. And you get nice shipping confirmations and everything. Shipping on these type of shows is free for orders over net orders over $50, otherwise $5.95, and you can earn discounts depending on how much you spend. And if you are a part of our in-studio designer program, you can get your discount, and you know what it is. You can get the better of the show discount or your discount, but not both. All right. With all that said, we're gonna. Oh, good. I'm stunned that you had the Miss Lori, that you had the patience to save toffee. I have none such thing. Our toffee is gone 5 minutes after we sell our last box. But glad you're still enjoying it. All right, so we're going to jump right in. We've only, this might be our only amethyst tonight. We had a couple lots of amethyst last night. And this is these gorgeous hishis. They're almost like little mini cylinders, 6 millimeter, 5 to 6 millimeter wide, about 3-ish millimeters tall. Some as small as 2, some as large as 4. And everything on the show is going to be regular hole, small hole, 7 or 8 tenths of a millimeter, unless we specify otherwise. There's just a couple things that are large hole on the show. So, and most of the strands are 16 inches, but when they're 15 or 14, we note that as well. So, all that said, we've got 12 of this for just $12 for a 16-inch strand. Again, you're getting about 150 beads, at least, I'm guessing. And what we were drawn to on this is just the richness of the purple on these. These came from one of our favorite new suppliers in India. And
it's like a perfect Vikings purple for Stoughton Vikings.
Yeah, it's if you're a Minnesota Vikings, for those guys in Minnesota, or we have Stoughton is also the Vikings, and they are purple. So it's these will get use if they don't all sell out in the show. So, and Brenda is I don't know if her kids are Vikings, or well, maybe back in the day they were, and maybe the grandkids will be as well. Anyway. But that's lot number 1. We're going to keep moving along. Like the Boston song says. We got 2 lots of Dragon's Blood. Dragon's Blood. I think it's a type of jasper. And lot 29 maybe is the other lot. It's like a larger rondelle. These are 4 millimeter rounds, and they are just so cute. And I'm hoping the lighting can give them justice as to all the intricacy in them. We have 15 of these that are also $12 for 4 millimeter perfect rounds. I'm going to just move this one light here. And yeah, that was... we saw more of this stone than we had in other years past, and we just thought it was lovely.
I think it's because that green is on the Pantone colors for this season.
Maybe that's.
I think there's kind of a burnished reddish, if I'm not wrong. So I think that's part of why certain stones you see more of, because they go with the colors that the clothing will be this year. So.
There you go. So last, I don't think we had any Tiger Eye last show, and we have just 2 lots this time. We got some of those thin hishis, and then we got some perfect 6 millimeter rounds that just have a lot of nacre, and again, very reasonably priced, $18 for a 16-inch strand. We have 10 of these, but they just throwing a lot of light. That's what you're always looking for in Tiger Eyes. I'm just going to see if I can turn the ring light off for a second, so you're not. But well, it looks probably. Yeah, that ring light really does mess with things. But anyway, it does have a You can see it just has a lot of marbling, a lot of cat's eyeing, and just a lot of iridescence to these. If you're a fan of the tiger eye, and again there'll be one more lot later on. That's lot number 3. Lot number 4 is I think we had some shell last time that looked like mother of pearl. This actually is mother of pearl in an unusual twist, in that it's 4mm rounds. We have 8 strands of these, $24 each, and the pearlescence, and again the nacre. As you closely examine each bead and rotate the strand, you see light flickering and nacre all over the place. Again, mother of pearl is a shell. Just very lovely. We had 10 strands when we came back. We're down to 8, so I know a couple of these have already found homes from people shopping. No kits in this show, Miss Dina, but look at our website. Look at our website. We just launched like 6 new kits. We launched the pearl chevrons, and we launched some pearl beading chain kits. They're all on our homepage. When you scroll down our homepage, you will see our 12 featured products before you ever even hit the shop button. And in the 12 featured products, we are always showing our newest and funnest creations, and you'll definitely see some new kits there, and you can just click on those and buy those. So so these are aquamarine nuggets, really good quality, $50. There's about 28 nuggets on these 15-inch strands. 28 nuggets on these 15-inch strands. They are they just feel delicious, like tumbled stone, where it's just all smooth and shiny. And boy, these would be awesome for necklaces, and really not too big for a lovely matching bracelet, and maybe wrapping up a couple pairs of earrings. Maybe pair it with some pearls or mother of pearl. But just super lovely. Again, we came home, I think, with 8 strands of these, and a couple have already found their way home with other folks. Lot 6 is unusual. We didn't have a lot of African last time, and we don't have a lot of African this time. We've got these really cool bone beads, and I'm trying to think of the best way to get those into a show. But these are some large hole chevron beads. These are from Africa. These have at least 1.5 millimeters hole, and these vary in size. And now that I look closely, some are as small as 4 millimeters, but they're anywhere between 4 and 6 millimeter little watermelons, little sweet little watermelons, just a lovely glass trade bead from Africa. And we got this.
Show those close, because those are a chevron, and they're like sweet little beads. Like, bend it over so you can see the little edges by the hole.
Yep. So there's different. Yes, I'm doing that, Mama. So there's different layers. You can see that there's a lot of work that went into, making the bead. There's actually many layers of glass, similar to how Venetian glass is made. So these do take some time and effort. That's why they're $44. And instead of a 16-inch strand, you're getting a 21-inch strand, if that helps at all. And we just have 4 of these tonight. We do have a huge selection. And I mean huge. How big is our selection, Becky?
It sounds like it's huge.
We have a huge selection of African in the studio, but we didn't. We realized African is such a niche or whatever thingy. So we wanted to just stick with, you know, tried and true strands for these shows. Lot number 7 is some crackle quartz. We had some of this last year in a different size, and it seemed to go pretty well. And so I thought I'd take another flyer on it. We have just 7 strands of this this year. They're about 10 by 14 little ovals, and just very uniform, very lovely. Could be used for making wedding necklaces, wedding bracelets. Again, you know, wrap these up and you have insta earrings. They would just be, again, maybe, you know, pair with a pearl or something blue or bright, or maybe a little bit of metallic accent. Anyway, I just love, I'm just a super fan of the crackle. And you can be too, $38. We have 7 strands of that. These are 16 inches long. Lot 8 is probably our only white strand. Our bead seller tagged this buffalo turquoise. You can call it whatever you want to call it. We're calling it buffalo turquoise. It's 6mm faceted rounds. $18 for a 16-inch strand. Plenty of little white golf balls, but also plenty of striations of character all over the place, almost to the point of desert or sandstone jasper-ish looking on some of the beads. Again, in 6mm, a good workhorse for bracelets, necklaces, earrings, spacers in between other large elements in a design, and I think you will find those lovely. Lot number 9 is our only lot of ocean jasper in these last 2 shows. Let me just make sure. Yes, ocean jasper. $20, 10 strands of this. These are 6mm rounds, 16-inch strands, and just a great. Becky loves the ocean jasper, and she loves just the insane variety of color that you get in these strands. And again, if I can do it justice enough with the focus, you can see just a lot of swirling and little mini planetary formations. I mean, it's just beautiful.
I love ocean jasper. It's so good. And like those will make absolutely yummy. They're 8mm, right?
6mm.
6mm. And actually that's what makes them especially great.
Oh yeah.
Well, lots of things, but
these are good for.
Because they're the color of every other bracelet that we have.
Good with the stretchy. All right. We've got a couple of nuggets coming up. These nuggets have no ranch sauce with them. They come. These are naked nuggets. These are mixed quartz nuggets. Approximately 12mm by 16mm, 16-inch strand. You're going to probably, I'm going to do some very quick math. You're going to get probably at least 30 nuggets in your strand, somewhere in that range. $24 for these. We have 10 of these available. And it almost has a fluorite feel to it. And there is clearly some clear quartz. There's some citrine. There's some lots of smoky quartz. I have all his albums, by the way, Smoky Quartz. I hope you have his albums too. He's a great entertainer. from the 60s, smoky quartz. And then some things that even appear to be some very light amethyst, but it could also just be a light purple or dark rose quartz. You know, just a rich, heavy feel to them. Just you know, something that you know, feels luxurious in your hands. I mentioned we've had, you know, here's two more things we've never had before. We've never had boulder chrysoprase. Boulder chrysoprase. As I was, this is how our bead seller tagged it. There's also something called coffee jasper, and it also looks similar to that. It looks, you know, we've also had bronzite in the past, but bronzite really tends to have more gold flecking than this. But so boulder chrysoprase. So probably the more browner chunks, you know, that are chunked away from the more colorful chunks of chrysoprase, but still very lovely. Still a lot of activity in the, these are about 10-ish by 18 inches, 10 millimeter by 18 millimeter-ish nuggets, relatively uniform ovals as well, $24 a strand for these.
And those are sort of in that mocha mousse, the Pantone color of here.
Mocha, yes, mocha mousse. Yeah, you could put these as little coffee beans and make little coffee bean earrings for if you're selling to a coffee shop. That's given me an idea as we speak. I might even think about that. Might even think about that now. For the autumn pearl, you know, maybe turn these into rich coffee bean earrings. Or is that crazy? They're maybe a little big, but you never know. This is something else we've never had. I think when I brought this home, Becky's like, I said, this is eagle eye. She's like, what the heck is eagle eye? And it's in the, thank you, Becky. It's in the tiger eye family. In that it has a great luster to it, like tiger eye. Only it's in the more, you know, black and gray spectrum. These are some lovely 7 millimeter rondelles, probably 4 millimeter tall by 7 millimeter wide, little spaceships of eagle eye. And I'm assuming they must get their, you know, name, their, you know, stone name from, it must look like something that an eagle actually has in his eye. So anyway, they're just very, I don't know if the camera's going to do them.
I was going to say, I don't know if you can see, but they actually are pretty cool.
I'll do that, get the ring light
They
on.
have a luster that's unique that I haven't I don't have a comparison for that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is probably, if you've ever had, probably the closest is we had some like blue tiger eye last year, and it was a deep blue, like a navy blue. And
so since I'm over here Googling away, while you are making statements about stuff that I'm doing, so there's a stone in the chalcedony and microcrystalline quartz that has a chatoyan.
all right, so
That would be that.
Sit.
That's that what I wasn't. I'm like, it has a unique look.
Yeah.
It's
so say it again. It's a
chalcedony and microcrystalline quartz.
the chalcedony and microcrystalline quartz.
For those inquiring minds.
For those inquiring minds, yes. All righty. Now you know what eagle eye is. All right. We are already not quite to the half. We are well past the quarter point. Not quite to the half point. We've got some garnet for you. Someone said last time there was no garnet. Well, now we got some garnet. Ooh, look at that. These are 4 millimeter faceted squares. 4 millimeter faceted squares. $32. $32. We got 8 of these strands, 16-inch strands. and they are just super uniform, super delicious. You know, like a grape popsicle. I mean, just you know, you can picture the early starlets of Hollywood wearing these, and just very lovely if you love garnet. Again, you're getting about 100 of these for $32, so only about 30 cents per garnet, which is pretty cool. All right, get your fingers on the trigger, people, for these next two lots. Get your fingers on the trigger, because these were really popular last time. We had these in squares, and believe it or not, we had 40 total strands of the squares. We're down to 6. We had 40 total strands of the squares. We're down to 6. Well, we've been selling this off. I think we came back with 20, maybe 15, and we're down to 8. So we have just 8 strands of this left. This is the exact same thing that we had last time for the rainbow. You know, the rainbow glass. Instead of being 8mm squares, these are 8mm round faceted. And we have a sister version of this coming up next. That's more floral pinks and purples. But this was very, very popular last time. And again, we only have 8 strands left. These are just $10. $10. And they are just delicious. Just delicious. Sarah, we already have yours set aside. So this is after Sarah. 8mm faceted. Alrighty. Bradley wants some. Well, they are absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. $10. Can't go wrong. Anyway, so that's lot number 14. 15 is we have just 7 of. I know we had to have it again. It had at least 15 of these when we left Tucson. And so this is its sister. It's just, instead of being a rainbow, it's floral. It's a 14-inch strand, and it's pinks, purples, silver, kind of an opaque white, just very pastel. If you loves the pastel, you're gonna love lot 15. Just 7 of those left. If anybody. Welcome, Jessica, from Arizona. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. All right, so that's lot 15. We'll keep moving. All right, so I mentioned, last time we had 4 lots of these. We found these amazing 6mm Hishis that are a very perfect 2mm wide. And we had 4 lots of them last time. We have 3 lots this time. We have another 4 lots. The other 4 lots, we only have 5 strands each of, and maybe we'll see some of those on the next show, but they're certainly in the studio. So this time we have 9 strands of Aquaterra Jasper. Aquaterra Jasper, 2mm by 6mm. By the way, I found this particular stone has many different names on the internet, and that we've always kind of called it Aquaterra Jasper, but it's called many other things. But it's just a lovely, lovely. Anything we've bought usually in the Aquaterra Jasper has sold well, and we do have some Aquaterra Jasper nuggets coming up later in the show. And so this is the first of this show's 3 sister strands like this. They're all going to be $20. They're all around quantity 9, and they're all $20. They're all 2x6 Hishis. And so lot 17 is that same thing in onyx. And this is as the majority of all these are blacker than black. As I'll pull it up to the screen, every now and then you'll get some a little bit of grayness, you know, almost like that eagle eye. Almost like that eagle eye strand we had before. So you'll see just a little bit of gray in there every now and then, but other than that, just jet black onyx. I mean, you can use this in a million things, you know, when you're looking for a neutral, you know, black or white, to put in between your different design elements. I think this is going to be a fun little workhorse strand. And I did promise, I thought these would be intriguing, again, with some of the color palette colors for the year, to try these in Tiger Eye. It kind of almost has a spiny oyster feel to them, only a little bit more obviously orangish brownish. But you know, when you think of the spiny oyster look and feel and vibe, I thought this had some of that, and in the Tiger Eye with this. So this was I went back and forth on some of which ones we were going to feature for the show, and I kept this in at the last minute, or I put this in, I should say, at the last minute in lieu of a different color of Hishis. But again, we have many more colors. We have citrine and kind of a howlighty turquoise. We have an adventurine, and we have what is that fourth color? Anyway, we do have some more options in the studio. So anyway, this is lot number 18 for those of you keeping track at home. And we're halfway through the strands, and then we got some lovely, lovely gemstone chain for you towards the end of the show. Well, actually, at the end of the show. So, speaking of adventurines, these aren't the exact adventurines I was just talking about, but nonetheless, it's an adventure with adventurines. If someone to get some of this stuff off the... So these are a bit more, and these are only $18. They're, again, a very uniform color, very uniform shape, 6mm wide rondelles. Some might get as small as 5. Most of the time they're about 3mm tall. Just again, a very, very uniform rondelle. 12 of these available for $18 each. And again, a full 16-inch strand. And just very, 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 very lovely, like a McDonald's Shamrock Shake, which is probably coming out any day now. They usually have those come out. Well, they might already be out, because they usually are out for almost a full month before St. Patty's Day. So these are kind of, when I think of a Shamrock Shake, I think of this color. Having worked at McDonald's for 3.5 years back in the day. This is, I did not get a tag with these from our bead seller, and my Google photo camera told me these are Blue Appetit. Blue Appetit. These are 6mm rounds, a 15-inch strand, just $12, and we have just 10 of these. They are super bright, super delicious. They're like bursting out of their shell with color. You know, if you loves the blue, and again, you got about 4 or 5 shades of blue here. You know, these would go good with jeans. These would go good with just about anything if you have an appetite for appetite. Yeah, they're just a little bit of everything.
That's interesting. I've never registered that there are like several shades in there, but there are. And like, if you wanted, you could, I mean, match them up, separate them. You could do, you could do those like, what is that when you do it from dark to light?
Oh, ombre. You could ombre it. Ooh. We might have to pull a.
They're just that kind of bead.
We might have to pull a strand out to play with that. Ombre. Ooh.
I can't ever remember the word ombre.
Because it starts with an H. Or no, doesn't it? No, that's it doesn't. No, that's ombre.
That would be Spanish.
That's Spanish one.
For man.
Do. Welcome Kathy from Montana. Welcome Laura from Illinois. The land o' Lincoln. Alrighty, so lot 20, 6mm round blue appetite. Next 2 lots are lapis. They're going to be our only lapis lots in this show. We had some good success with some value lapis last time, and this one is, if you know lapis, first of all, this color is insanely rich. And it's so hard to find 3mm, and amazingly, they don't discount the 3 and 4mm. And ironically, we had a hard time finding 4mm, but we did find 3mm. And we have just 10 lots of these at $20 for a 16-inch strand. So again, 16 times 8, you're getting about 130 beads here. So you're paying about 15 cents for a just super blue lapis. You know, some beads have striation, which Becky loves, but boy, if you want beads without striation and just solid blue, they are in with these. They are super yummy. And like I said, I just didn't see a lot of small lapis this year. So when we found some, we grabbed it. So that's lot 21. Lot 22 is some nuggies. Again, we have just 5 of these. These are value nuggets. Again, no ranch sauce with these. But they almost have more of a soda-light vibe to them. But again, remember, they're only $12. They're only $12. So again, you're not going to get perfect blue for $12. But if you likes the gold flecking, if you likes the white veins, if you likes the look at how gorgeous that veining is in the gold popping. So these are anywhere, kind of in that 12 to 18mm average size, like a nugget, fairly uniform too. Again, if you're doing bracelets or necklaces, probably more necklacey than bracelety. Some of these may be as small as or as thin as 8mm, and some might go up to 20mm. But just fun for $12, and we have just 5 of those strands of lapis at lot 22. Lot 23 is some. We've got some more garnet coming up, which we didn't get enough garnet the first time around. This is some picture jasper. It looks like desert jasper, looks like sandstone jasper, all 3 of those are very similar, but this is definitely the right classification, picture. We have 6 of these strands available. These are a 3x6, bordering on 4x6mm rondelle, 15-inch strand. Again, just a perfect neutral. For when you need a neutral, they have kind of a matte finish to them, and very rustic and almost like camo, like desert camo. So $18, we have 6 strands, 15-inch strands of these. Again, perfectly uniform rondelles in the 6mm-ish by 3mm-ish tall. Again, good color variation all throughout the strand. I think you'll love these. And good to see a few of them going. Lot 24 is more garnet, and you're going to be shocked. What are they going to be, Becky? They're going to be shocked at how cheap this is, inexpensive this is. $10 for 3mm garnet rounds. 3mm garnet rounds. There must be, and they say these are AA quality. According to the bead seller, and they're extremely uniform. Again, 15-inch strand times 8, you're getting about 120 little mini garnets. Again, great for spacers, great for earrings. Well, we could, if we had, we could maybe put these in these mini chevrons that you're working on, Becky. These just would look, I could just all of a sudden see this in something because it's so uniform. So yeah, at $10 you can't go wrong. Welcome Deb from down south. If I hadn't already said welcome. Alrighty. Just a couple more, just 10 more lots of strands, and then we'll get on to the gemstone chain.
Those show up really pretty on my screen.
Yeah.
Some don't as well as others. So.
I'm hoping we didn't misprice those. We'll find out. Anyway. These next ones, our bead seller called these pink opal, but obviously a rough and rustic cut of opal. Almost looks also a little rhodochrosite-ish, but this is what, again, he referred to these as. These are a fatter rondelle, about a 4x6mm rondelle. They do, if you look close, there is some, they're not fully polished. You get some, there is some, like I said, just kind of a rusticness to them. But again, only $12 for a 16-inch strand. And so if he likes the pink with a little bit of variation every now and then, there's a little bit of darkness to some of these. Some people like that. Some people think, oh, that's weird. But I think we had at least 10 strands of this, maybe 12 strands of this coming home. So I know that seems like it's been popular in the studio. So if he likes the pink.
Yeah, that's actually a very pretty picture.
Yeah. So $12. Yeah. Lot 26. I had, there's something called brachiated jasper, but then I found, I think this is better categorized as something called red poppy jasper from my Google photo ID sources. So it's just a beautiful, even red jasper with a lot of swirls, again, and veins. And I'll pull my little card out of the way. We just have 8 of these. They're just $12 for a 16-inch strand. So again, you're going to get about 50 beads in a strand. And I'm going to again pull that ring light off. I don't know if you can see the lines better or not with those. Just rich red, almost like coral. And funny you mentioned that I paired this with coral. Coral's coming up next. So it has a kind of a very ruddy, coral-esque feel to them. Welcome, Stacy. Lot 27 is our only coral of all our shows, and it might be the only coral we bought the entire time we were down there, but it was just so yummy. I mean, look at this. It just looks like a big old cob of coral corn that you want to just chomp on. Only $16. Yes, they are dyed. I mean, they're never going to be this bright in nature, and if they are this bright in nature, it's going to be hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. But they're well dyed, and they just look so beautiful. Just $16 for a 16-inch strand. These they're more rondelli in feel, and they vary anywhere from 7 to 11 millimeters, and also in a variety of height thicknesses, oftentimes in the 4 to 7 millimeter tall. So let's just say you're getting comfortably you're getting about 64 pieces of coral, maybe as many as 70. Well, it's for sure 60, let's say. So you're paying only about 30 cents.
Yeah, those are yummy to just pop in and mix in with lots of other stones. Just as a pop of red. It's a beautiful red.
Yeah. Alrighty. Lot 28 is some green garnet, and it's probably our only irregular nugget that we have in the show. So these are green garnet irregular nuggets. Again, for $12 for green garnet, you're like, that's crazy. But again, they are a little bit irregular. But so take a peek. 7 of these available, and they just look very. They are all like polished, like as if they were tumbled. Most of these are, usually the smallest measurement you're going to see is around 6. The largest is around 16 millimeter, and anywhere in between. So, if you like the green garnet, don't let them sell out and say, darn it. Get yourself some green garnet. And whilst 7 of them last. See, one's going to Iowa. Thank you, Lori. And then lot 29 is that other lot of dragon's blood that we talked about. Dragon's blood. These are rondelles that are 6 millimeter. Again, kind of fat rondelles, so probably 4 by 6 millimeter rondelles. Perfect shape. 16-inch strands. So again, we're looking at about 100 beads, so about 20 cents a bead. We have just 10 of these available. Dragon's blood rondelles. Kind of a mossy look to them, but with some blood in them. Some dots of red, and sometimes there's large dots. Sometimes it's just a partial stripe on the bead. So kind of something fun to play with and design with. Green. Alrighty. That's lot 29. Lot 30 is so we're going to stay with the green for lot 30. Something the internet called fern jasper, if you can believe it. We'll see what fern jasper looks like, and these are coins. But if I put them on the camera, they almost look like turritilla, which is that fossilized snail stuff that I love so much. Only that stuff's very expensive. So this is, we have 9 of these. They're only $12, so you can't go wrong. These are Fern Jasper coins, approximately 16 by 22 millimeter. Oh, and that's a typo. They're a 16-inch strand. I'm going to fix that. Not a 6-inch strand. So we'll get that straight. So again, just delicious. Fern Jasper coins. Let's see, how many would that be? 16, 22, probably 20 to 24 coins per strand. So we did sell a couple of these in studio, including one this morning. So that's why this was also a late add to the show. I'm thinking this is just so pretty. Anyway, lot 31 is just a workhorse green jasper. We use a lot of jasper and carnelian in our jewelry designs, and one of our favorite colors is green. Again, jasper really comes in every color and is found almost on every continent. These are some nice 8mm rounds of green jasper, $12, just 7 strands available. Again, you are getting a variety of coloration, including some reds in there. Some, light greens, some dark greens to the point of being forest green. A little bit of everything in there. Sometimes you'll see this called fancy jasper, but fancy jasper is also used a lot to describe a lot of different jaspers. But when we first bought it, I could have swore we thought it was bloodstone, and maybe that's why we bought it. But yeah.
Green with a little red flack and the fancy jasper, and then I had never heard of green jasper.
Yeah. So this is Aquaterra jasper. These are heavy, but these are so beautiful. They are, there is a little bit of stabilization going on in this, but I think when you see this, you won't notice or care. But again, $20. Just 8 strands, 16-inch strands. These just look so rich, so denim-y. I mean, it's hard to see 2 stones that are the same. So they are bigger than, and these do appear to potentially, for sure, have at least a 1mm hole. It might be tight on 1.5 mm. I'm just going to pop some of those holes up. Yeah, I would probably be comfortable saying 1. You could possibly get 1 1/4 beading chain on there, but probably safe to not call it 1 1/2. But it's definitely bigger than a normal stone. But then again, these just feel super heavy and super rich in the hand, and just super lovely. Anyway, any of those available? I see. Some of those are finding homes. That warms my heart. There's 2 more strands, and then we'll move on to the chain. So this one we have, I'm going to throw that one off to the side. We have denim jasper. This could have been and again, this was a photo ID'd on the Google, but it looks denim-y, it looks jaspery, it could also be an agate, but here's what it is. It's $12. For $12, you can't go wrong. For a 16-inch strand of 8mm rounds. that have all this denim-y blue. Ooh, who cares what it is? Guzmanite. We'll call it Guzmanite. No, but we're going to call it denim jasper for the purposes of the show. Possibly some stabilization to these, but still amazing and absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. And lot 34 is our final strand lot. Where are you? Oh, here you go. It's this I was running out of names too. So this is green blue jasper and 10 millimeter rounds. Maybe probably one of the few lots of 10 millimeter rounds we got this whole year. But again, $12. These are great for putting bead caps on, and you know, you could make fun festive acorns with you know, the greener and more neutral ones. Vintage has these acorn bead caps that work perfect with 10 to 12 millimeter rounds, and you make these fun little acorns and fun little things. But again, just a variety of color, variety of swirl. Again, for $12. Again, if you were needing something a little bit, you know, having just we certainly have had a lot of 4s, 6s, and 8s. You know, it's good to have at least some 10s in your quiver if you need to. So that's lot 34. Thank you, Pat. All right, so we have 6 lots of gemstone chain. If you remember our gemstone chain from last year, you probably don't. All of it was $12 a foot, $12 a foot. And but we in our studio, if you buy 4 feet or more, we give you 25% off, and therefore it became $9 a foot. So last year we premiered it at 25% off, and we're doing the same this year. But here's what we did this year: we bought a lot more, and we bought a lot more other items from the vendor. These guys are from India, and as a result, we got some super premium chain for $12. Oops, I'm gonna get that out of the way. Super premium chain for $12 a foot, but then we also got some stuff as low as $8 a foot. And guess what that means for this show? $9 a foot, $6 a foot. $9 a foot, $6 a foot. So just so you can see the lots coming up. And you really can't do much with a foot. So we're going to sell this as a 2-foot piece, and I hope you're okay with that. So we're going to start with lot 35. Normally $12 a foot. We're selling it for $9 introductory. We have 12 lots available. If you get quantity 2, quantity 3, we'll send you a 4-foot piece, 6-foot piece, etc. We won't cut it, so you can have a continuous piece. But really, like I said, with 12, you really can't do much. With 2 feet, now you could make 3 bracelets. You could make 1 necklace of any length. But with 12 inches, you really can't do much. So this is pearl and silver gemstone chain, $18 for 2 feet. And again, I'm going to try to, the knacker on these is, this was probably their best chain, and I think we got the last spool they had. But it's, am I getting good focus? Maybe not. I got ink all over my hands, which is showing up lovely on the camera. But anyway, just a gorgeous, gorgeous, you know, nice, these are all like perfect little 2 millimeter circles. So Lot 35 is the pearl. And last year, if you
Can I just clarify, when people are saying times 2, that means they want 4 feet.
that means they want 4 feet, yes. But you put quantity 2 and we'll know what to do.
Right. If you only want 2 feet, then just order once.
Yeah. So last year we shopped these guys on the last day, one of the last days of the show, and all this chain that was silver was gone, and so we didn't get hardly anything with silver. We got a little bit. We just got a little bit. But this year we've got a lot of silver, and we've got a total of 11 spools that we came back with. We just are featuring 6 on this show, and we got 4 of them that have silver. So, but this is tourmaline in silver, and it is just so gorgeous. Again, Insta bracelet, Insta necklace, Insta sun catcher, and this was the the premium. $12 a foot becomes $9, $18 for 2 feet. So we do have 12 lots of that. And again, just super yummy. Super yummy. These are, again, all about 2 millimeter. When you look closely, they are individually wrapped twice on the top and the bottom. And just very lovely. And even though this introductory price is 25% off, you will still get your discount. In other words, if you're buying a lot of stuff and you're going to earn 20% tonight, you'll still get 20% yet further off on top of that. So it's like Kohl's. You get discount on top of discount, and you get Kohl's cash to boot. So anyway, so that's lot 36. Now the rest of these are going to be only $12 for 2 feet. Only $12 for 2 feet. So dramatically less. We're going to start with apatite and silver. And this is a micro-faceted apatite at that. Apatite in silver. And I think the end is still, the spool might still be wired shut. Let me see. It is. So I don't want to pull it off, but you can kind of see if I can get some of that faceting visible on camera. You can kind of see it as I twirl it. Nice little lovely chunks of apatite, if you have an appetite for apatite. Eyeglass holder, great. CVP, Carmen from out east. Yes, great idea, Carmen. Eyeglass holder.
All right, well, I am a lot of people ordering that one, and my scroll I have not been able to keep up with. So,
all right.
just so you know, if you can kind of hold for a second.
There's a big apatite for apatite.
And is that I've always called it appetite?
Oh, you know what? It's probably appetite.
Do you know if it is appetite?
I might be getting a little festive there. It's probably the way. Appetite. It's probably appetite. Appetite. Appetite, Aphrodite. So Sarah would be a quantity 3, but we only have 12, so we might be running out.
I'm trying to be careful. I don't know. If anybody else ever does Facebook Live shows, they know it's like you have a puny little itty bitty space to be working in, and
How has the speed been? Better?
nope, it is not any different, sadly.
Oh.
But
So we're just going to let my wife catch up while we do these last 3 lots. 30. So this is 38 coming up, but hang tight. It's our last one that has silver. This is actually as rich and as blue as it is. You know, it looks like lapis, but it's sodalite. So this is beautiful sodalite. And again, this is also faceted. Also faceted.
Sorry, it is. Mine is just really, really, really hanging out, which is not good. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I think. So Eddie, just okay. So here's. So Sarah ordered
6 feet, which is a 3.
We're on 37. So she ordered 3 feet.
Three quantity, 6 feet.
Right, so 6 feet. So that's 3. So that's the end of that one.
All right, so that's sold out.
And yeah, best I can tell.
All right.
And then Lauren requested it twice, so I'm assuming she wants 1 foot twice. So I'm assuming she wants
2 feet. Remember,
2 foot.
these are all 2 feet. Yeah.
All right, so now I see 38. So I'm just starting on 38 right now.
All right.
So you know.
Yep. We'll let Becky get caught up. Well, we're not doing too bad on time. It's 7:06, and we have learned our lesson not to pound these shows with 55 lots like we used to, and finish 7:30, 7:40. We realize people got stuff to do. It's starting to get lighter out, and gardening will occur. But yeah, this silver, and I think this was the last silver and sodalite spool they had also. Alrighty. So then we got gunmetal. We got some gunmetal and peridot. And we had some peridot last year, and it sold very, very, very well. This was actually a little bit more chunky. These are for sure 3 mil, and some of these nuggets border on 4 mil. But it's just a very, very rich look if you like peridot. Again, it's really beginning to look more like rosary chain. Again, just for this intro, $6 a foot, $12 for a 2 foot segment. The gunmetal goes beautifully, I think, paired with the peridot. Paired with the pear, as they say. So yeah, and you can see there's some rich ambery chunks in there to give it a little bit of funness to them. That one's looking like it's selling well too, so we'll just let that simmer a bit. It looks like the chain's a hit, just like I think it was last year too. Alrighty. The final one is lot 40. It is a matte lapis with gold. Matte lapis with gold. This was probably the last spool we picked up. It was, Becky absolutely loved it. I was like, we've already got the Sodalite. But she just was fascinated with this matte lapis. And it's irregularly cut. It's not faceted like some of the other ones. And again, it's matte versus shiny. So again, it looks very denim-y, but again, very uniform as well. And we realize some people design with gold and like the combination of like a navy blue and gold. It's a classic pairing. So it'll warm Becky's heart too if she likes the lapis and gold. While she's doing her final calculations, if, as a reminder, if you joined us late, if you're our first-time shopper, be sure you send an email to Becky@diakonosdesigns.com. That's how we'll capture your email address and be able to send you a secure click-and-pay invoice for your purchases. If you've shopped with us before, we will find your email somehow, some way in our crack system that we have. And again, if you got over 100, you're going to save 10. If you got over 250, you'll save 20. If you know Eddie gives grace. Sometimes I'll see people with 210, 220, and it's like, well, boy, they were trying hard, and we'll give you the 20% if you're well behaved. So yeah, and again, if you have a better discount from the studio, we will apply that. Looking ahead to next week, or 2 weeks from now, is March 13th. Just right before the Ides of March. 2 weeks from now. And my goal is to have an entire show where everything is $10 or less. An entire show where everything is $10 or less. But again, I want to share with you, you've seen some amazing strands tonight in that $10 to $12 range. And we have been saving some gorgeous, gorgeous strands. That whole show, I'm hoping people are going to be like, I cannot believe these are $10 strands. And so look for that in 2 weeks. Same bat time, 6 o'clock Central. Same bat channel. Anything else to add, Beck?
Not that I can think of. Thank you. God bless you, and thanks for being here. We love you and appreciate you very much.
Yep.
Thanks for shopping small, because we're small.
Yep. Oh, someone asked what lot was the coral. The coral was lot 27, $16. Any of you that are local, I see about 5 or so people that are local on the show, and we will be at the Art Glass and Bead show before our next show, and we will also have those amazing $10 strands on display there. And the Art Glass and Bead show is March 8th and 9th. It's over in Sun Prairie, and we'll be in booth B2 right as you walk in the main doors. And we will have all our kits there. We'll have a kit sale, and plenty of chain, plenty of leather, plenty of strands, and plenty of accessories. So thank you all again. And when you're done shopping, let us know. If you're watching the feed later on, we always prefer that you send an email with all your picks to us. And that way, because sometimes when it gets late in the evening, we stop monitoring the feed. So again, thank you all, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yep. Thanks for being here. See you next time.